Oh, my name's Brian Knight and I live near Melbourne, Australia, and it's just after 5:30 in the morning on a Monday for me. And I need to apologise in advance for coughing at you. I'm still sort of getting over a bit of the cold.
Hey man, if you're coughing, don't be contagious around me.
I'll try not to. So sorry about Friday, but the end of the week I was I couldn't.
No worries, man.
Wasn't too good. Anyway, hopefully I'll get a bit better. We'll see how we go. Anyway, need to look at the market and see what's going on or what has happened. First, let's share this. So JPYs did a bit of a jump around. Anyway, so welcome to this Forex analysis session. Please note that any trades discussed in this group under the class purely is educational only. The reason for that is we're a group of people helping each other. We're not financial advisors. So um, there is a full risk disclosure there and a little bit about us as live session traders. So um, yeah. All right, we'll stop sharing that. We'll go across onto the charts and have a look and see. Yeah. Well, the old AUD CAD went and pushed itself up considerably, past the yearly high and went up a lot higher. And at the end of the last 4 hour candle, it just pulled back down a bit. Um, Creating these, well, let me go a little bit closer. That was as it pushed down, it created another fair value gap back up here, which got taken out. Then it created a little one there, and it created a big one up in here. So it looks like it's still on that buy. And if, for example, if we had to put a sell trend or a sell trade on this at that point where we'd suggested, it would have kicked us in and then just gone the other way. Good old bit of turtle soup on us. Broke that trend line, came down, but then just came straight back to it. It's broken that trend line off there. This one here. What have you done, Tom? Have you just got rid of it or placed another one up here? Or have you come off the bottom out through there? Off there, probably.
I actually have two on there. I have, can you open up your 4 hour?
Yep.
So let's see, I have that one from the bottom long,
That one down there.
from that one there to the bottom long there.
Mm-hmm. You mean there?
Yes. And then I have a
Mm-hmm.
trend line from that middle long
Mm-hmm. Up
going
through there.
up. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that trend line's wrong. That little one you got up there.
That one. Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
That's the
Yeah.
one I would use for that. Just, oh, never mind. You got it.
Yeah. Ah, that they don't really cost too much, these trend lines. Yeah, no, this one's a pretty way out there one. Still got all these fair value gaps down here. Nothing in there. Okay. What have we got here? Balance of trade, who cares? PMI. Okay. This one's fairly out there, huh?
What's
It
that?
doesn't. This trend line out here is fairly like it's going to have to move a fair way before it is going to sort of challenge that trend line.
Uh-huh.
But as I said before, it doesn't cost anything to have it there. So, but it's certainly broken that one there
Well,
from the
actually,
highs
believe it
up
or
there.
not, I actually have 3 on this one. Just 3 trend lines. Because if you shrink
Yeah,
down your 4-hour,
well, bit hard to do. That's as far as it'll go.
yeah. So down there to your bottom left,
There.
to your bottom left.
Oh, there.
Yeah, down there, all the way up and across to that one where you just put that trend line in.
One
Yep.
through there.
Yep.
Yeah, well.
That's my primary.
Oh, okay. Well,
The reason
that
being is
sort that
if you
sort of
look
thing.
on the overall direction of
Mm-hmm.
where this market's going, we're actually on a downtrend.
Yeah.
So I'm just waiting for it
Longer term.
longer term, right? So I'm looking for this to break my because there's up to the left is the most recent high. The high before that was broken by this high. So go to your left more. Yeah, see, you see your little yellow line there, right there, down. Yeah, that one right there. That one got broke, right?
Yeah, I just muted because I was coughing myself out, man.
No
Yeah,
worries.
that one's absolutely broken because that's now the yearly. Well,
Right,
it's up further now, but
right.
it's
So I
going it's
have
going for this one up here.
right. So you could see where across the middle that one got taken.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking for the upper portion of this setup to be set on the next high, actually.
Mm-hmm. Well, where it is at the moment. Well, hang on, we'll just bring this back to the 4 hour so we can see where it's at the moment. That's all right. And so this daily will make a bit of a difference here. But this now has poked up there. Now, let's go to this is a daily here to see. Well, this is sort of like there we go. You were saying about it being in a downtrend, it pulled back up, didn't break the high here, pulled back down again, came back, did break the high, pulled down, didn't break the low, or sorry, did break the low, pulled back up again. So from a daily perspective, you've got 2 highs here that it could possibly break, and you've got a low down here that it could possibly break as well.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you're sort of talking about?
Yeah. So all I did was I took that white box you have there, which is actually a fair value gap, and
Yeah.
I'm setting myself up for a trade without breaking that short where your trend line starts.
Yeah. And you reckon then it'll sell out?
I'm looking for a sellout. Yeah. Because technically we are in a downtrend. So I'm going to let it push for now, make sure it gets that fair value gap, push down, pull back up, and push down again. So I'll get uh, well, you already got your long, so it'll be a short, a long, and then a short again. If it shorts and then longs and beats the high of the short it just created, then I'm in it for a buy to break the top.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And that's very fair. Okay. Fair enough too. You mean this top over here, not the
Yeah,
top up over here necessarily. Okay.
right.
Because
It has to break that most recent short at the top
yeah,
in order for it to go up to the top and break it.
correct.
I just don't think it's going to break this short. I think it's going to have a nice sweet pullback back down before it ever gets back up to that short again.
Mm,
Does that make sense?
perfect sense. And the thing is that this low here broke this low. The only fly in the ointment is that this short broke that short there.
Well, that's what gives me confidence that it's not going back up that high, if that makes sense.
What do you mean it's not going up that high or not going up this high?
Not going up to break that.
Mm.
So that's why I'm looking for a slight push to get to that fair value gap up there.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you notice, you don't have any triangles or
No, nothing
shorts or
yet.
anything else.
No,
It's still
no.
running.
Yeah, well, there's a triangle just here.
Yeah. But
Because
I don't
that
hold
side.
any weight on those triangles in this
No, no, no.
situation.
I'm not either. I don't. No, they're just a piece of data that gives you. You could, well, you can easily see it's outside of the rail. So, yeah, this fair value gap up here. That's
Mm-hmm.
from that's from over here,
Mm-hmm.
which is really the only fair value gap before it gets to break that short. Is it the actual short or the fair? I think it's the fair value gap on the short. Yeah, it is. It's a fair value gap actually on the short. Lovely. Yeah. Where was that? That was really the week there. It pulled up, back down again, and then shot back up. Radio. It's well outside the rails, isn't it? Like it's it's sort of more set up for a bit of a short and then a long to bring it back up to that fair value gap, either to take it out or to just touch it and pull away, but that doesn't mean it won't go further up as well. And the high, it must be that's the high, I think. Is it? No, the high's further up. I know, it's that one up there. Okay, up here. What's that distance? 200 pips or so. So your thoughts are, Tom, that it may not, well, it may take out the short, but may not take out the top.
Correct.
Okay. And then turn and drop out and do its wiggle back down. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I think it'll, I don't know. Committing to saying this is making a, I reckon this is going to make a new high, to be honest, over whatever time it takes. Rightio. Okay, so that's
Me too. I think we're absolutely going to make a new high.
yeah.
I'm just saying not anytime soon.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think what you're really indicating though, that it's in a downtrend. So if it is, it's probably not going to break that high then, if that's ultimately true.
Right.
So
But it doesn't mean it's going to push up and turn right around either. Because this thing
no.
could push up, take that fair value gap, walk across in consolidation for 3 weeks, and then drop.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I had to learn trading, was just because it's showing its hand doesn't mean that's what it's playing.
Correct. And it's coming up towards, see, the fair value gap there is just after the 61.8. The 71's up here above the high, and the 78.6 is a little bit further up. You got a fib on it from that high to the low. I think also too, the fundamentals on the Aussie dollar are strong at the moment compared to a lot of the other currencies. Anyway, okay. That's just dailies. Back over to here. I think we're going to get a pullback, just like we sort of did there. I think we'll get a short at the start of the week, and maybe the Tuesday is where we might get the long back up.
I'm looking at Tuesday as the short.
Oh, maybe two. Yeah. Okay. But I think that when the market opens, though, it'll tell you whether it'll pull back down again or not. There is this fair value gap here, which I think it'll take out. It took out this on the down coming back, but it also takes out all of the any of the. Oh, it didn't take that up, did it? Hmm. It's interesting, isn't it, too, when if you look at these fair value gaps, as it goes up and it creates fair value gaps and it doesn't take it out, it's still in an uptrend. But if it creates a fair value gap on the way down, like as a short and pulled down, and it takes that out, like it just keeps going up.
Yeah, it's an inverted fair value gap.
Oh, you call it inverted. Okay. Yeah, but what I'm saying is these are still in here because they're not taken from a push up. But if this is in an uptrend, anything that comes down will be taken out, where anything that's pushed up may not be taken out. Am I not explaining myself well enough?
Oh no, I got what you're saying.
Okay, cool. So the
Yeah,
point is,
I use them. I use
may,
them like that. See your long down at the bottom.
Yeah,
You see where it pushed up and then pulled back into the fair value gap.
yeah, back to touch it. Yeah,
That's how I use them. So if this doesn't get broken up here, and
yeah,
it
but you
just
can
pulls
see here
back,
it creates a fair value gap there, and then it pulls back into it again too. then pushed up, and then, but there isn't a fair value gap in there. But like, no. But the point is, when it went into a short and pulled down, straight away it took out that fair value gap, where it hasn't taken out either of these down here
Mm-hmm.
because it's still in an uptrend. So, all right. So what I'll say is this fair value gap here, and it might be dependent on the day of the week or whatever, but this one has been executed or whatever. I don't know. I'll try and find the right word for it.
Taken.
It's been taken, you reckon? Okay.
Sure.
Where this one yet, when the market hasn't been taken, but it depends if potentially, if this one gets taken, no, that doesn't mean that much, does it? Because this could be taken and then create another fair value gap on the way up, because this could create a fair value gap on the way down, couldn't it? Yeah, okay. All right. It's not as much as what I thought it was reading into it, that's all.
Right.
But
Okay,
if it does, just when market opens, if it doesn't take this out and it just sort of bumps off the top and then takes off, then we're more about we're buying, yeah.
So the other way you can look at this is you see all those shorts and longs to your left right there on the 4-hour, that whole group in there?
Yeah, here.
Yeah, so if you just go in there to the left
sure.
just a little bit, do you see the top fair value gap of that first short?
Hang on, wait. Let's just hang on. We're just gonna get in there and get it all sorted. Right. That's the messy bit you're talking about, yeah?
Yeah. Okay, so
Okay.
you see that first short?
That one there, yep.
Yeah. Go back several candles to the top where it shows red, and a green wick candle. Can you put a fair value gap in there?
This one here.
Yep.
Oh yeah, there's a tiny one just there. Yeah.
Okay. Now drag that all the way across.
Oh, okay, yeah. Ooh. All right. Yeah, how's that?
Perfect. Okay, so you see how it went up, the first green wick went above it?
Yeah, but it's only a wick. That doesn't necessarily count.
Doesn't matter if that fair value gap was taken or not. See how it pushed down?
Yeah.
Okay, then price came back up to it.
But took it out.
Look at that red wick.
That one there.
That one there. Came back, tested it, pushed down.
Yeah, but this took it out though.
Doesn't matter. Does not matter.
Okay.
Because that fair value gap is no longer prices sitting there looking at that going, this is a place where we need to keep coming back to because we don't like it. Price is too expensive here, and buyers are saying, let's get away from it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. And then they pushed down. It came
let's
back up, red wicked into it.
Let's fix the bottom too. Go to your left, right? Go to that long.
That long.
And then go immediate to your left. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. To your left, keep going all the way to your left.
Here. Yeah.
You see that fair value gap in there? From that green wick down to the top of the other green wick. Grab a fair value box, I'll show you.
Yeah.
From there, down to the green wick behind it.
There.
Right there. Too far. Up just a little
that
bit.
one.
That one. Now draw that box across.
Oh. Yeah. So that, hang on a minute. Ooh. But there's a candle in there and a candle there. It's not that wick to that wick.
No, that's your fair value gap right there. Doesn't matter if it's been taken.
Oh, okay. Right. Okay. It's
You
still
have
showing you
to get
here,
that out of your
here.
mind that it's been taken. That
Yeah.
means it's dead. It's not.
Yeah.
And if you look, the top came up and touched, came up and touched, came up and touched. That red candle where you got your short there towards the end didn't beat the top of the fair value gap to your left. The short to your left.
That one.
Yeah, you notice how that red
Oh,
candle came
yeah.
up 50% of the fair value gap, touched and pushed off. It pulled back up, never reached the full fair value gap again, pushed down, kept pushing down because it came back above it, that red wick.
Yeah, this one here.
Tested it, failed, pushed down, pulled back to it, tested this bottom one, failed to break it, pushed down again, pulled back up, didn't even break the 50% line on this short, on that green candle, and pushed down again. Off. And if you keep dragging it over, keep going to your right, keep going, pull back over. Look at that. That long green candle came up, touched it, and pushed off. See the top of the green candle?
Yeah.
To your right.
Oh, this one here, yeah.
That green wick candle right there. Came down, touched it, and took off. That's why I'm saying, just because they're saying they've been taken doesn't mean they're dead. So now if you drag that top one over, it did the same thing. It came back and touched it. So now, so now is this dead? Has it been taken? Or are we going to keep sliding that same fair value gap out? As long as price stays above it, we're looking for buys. Is that how we're looking at this?
Yeah.
Because it still hasn't been broken. So now when it pushes back down, it's got to get on this side of that wick, this side of that fair value gap at the top in order for it to keep going down. So all you're doing is you're building price in these spots. So there's your consolidation. You can see where it pushed, pulled back. Now it's above everything else. It's just above everything else. So if you go back and you do that to every consolidation section, just like up here at the top.
Yeah.
You see that long and that short?
Over here.
No, your next long and your next short. To your right.
Over here.
Yeah, if you do that to that area as well with the fair value gap, you're going to see the exact same thing. There's your true fair value gap right there. Right there. Let me show you. If you go to your left, you see your triangle to the top? Okay, you see your fair value gap in there? Down to your left on the green side?
Just there.
Right in there. Draw that there. Or just drag that fair value gap over where you had it. That one right there. And then just adjust it to fit that section. You'll notice that it came down on the opposite side of it and stayed above it. And then it had to break it, get underneath it, and then take off again. Now you have the exact same thing with this fair value gap that it just created. So I'm looking for this to pull down, get on the other side of that fair value gap somehow.
And then go up.
And then go up. So this may ride, on the 4 hour.
Until, as you said, maybe then to give us a shot till Tuesday and then do the turn and go back up.
Right. Or it just may wander over through the fair value gap slowly, like wander. Yep. And then hit your trend line and take off. So that's how I'm using the fair value gap. Just because they're taken doesn't mean they're dead. You just have to be in the right frame of where the trade's at to use them accurately.
Yeah. They're all over the place, aren't they?
That's why I don't put them on my screen.
Mm.
That's why I have a clean screen, because I don't use any of these fair value gaps at the bottom. I
No, but
only use what is currently being executed.
yeah, but you can see them anyway, even though you don't draw them on at that point. And you
That's
can
why I
draw
don't
them
draw them on,
on,
because I can see
and you
them.
can draw them on as they come up anyway if you want.
Right. So now everything underneath this
But
one
there must be though, Tom, you must be using them to a certain extent as targets, like as in for
No, I'm not. I use
not for
the
TPs.
no, I use the shorts and the long as targets.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
This is telling me where it's going to bounce away from fair value gaps.
Yeah. But potentially.
Correct. Well, it's going to bounce through them or away from them. Eventually, nothing's going to sit here and hold forever.
No, that's right.
So if I get a short here, I'll say, hey, look at that short. Let it go.
Mm-hmm.
If it pushes down and gives me a short and then a green candle, I may get in it and target that lower long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And once it gets back towards my trend bar, if it starts turning, I'll get out of it. If it doesn't start turning, I'll just stay in it and let it ride, hoping it's going to break. It should go down
Mm-hmm.
into my action area, which is this is my action line, and then it should bounce around in here till the next set of trend bars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This was a very short-lived short.
Yeah, exactly. All they're
Bang and
doing
then
is just
straight back
suckering
up.
everybody in.
Yeah.
It's
Mm-hmm.
just a trap.
Mm-hmm.
See, I would have waited till that short went.
Yeah. Sorry, to when?
So when that short popped up,
Yeah.
I would not have gotten in that. I would have waited till it hit my trend bar, pulled back, and then gave me another short down,
Mm-hmm.
failing to break that top short, or at least a
Yeah.
high.
Yeah, but it didn't. It went to the long and broke it, so it
Right.
was going back up. And then also too, where are we? Do. Right. So that's the start of the week there. And then it came to the Tuesday. As it come out of Tuesday, that's when it went like that and then back up
Mm-hmm.
again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sometime after Tuesday, you're going to
Yeah,
get
yeah.
a reversal.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's just a matter of patience. You could see you're in an uptrend.
Mm-hmm.
So rather than taking that short, just wait till it pulls back and gives you either it rounds right there and doesn't give
Mm-hmm.
you a long and goes down, or if it gives you that long, just wait and be patient to see if you get another short that doesn't break that short high. And in this case, it didn't.
No, it didn't give it to you, but also
So
too
you would,
the long
yes,
broke the short high anyway.
right. So you would not be taking a short on this trade. You
No
wouldn't have
way.
lost anything.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to use this fair value gap to say when this thing turns and pushes through, if it doesn't go all the way through, I'm going to assume that we're still going up, and
Mm-hmm.
I'll set my trade up above the green wick candle so it can take the high. Or if it does push down and break through this fair value gap, I'm still waiting till I get my short, long, short.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got to remain under that fair value gap for me to take it.
Which favorite? You mean the top one or this one?
The top one.
The top one. Okay, it's got to
Let's say it
remain.
pushes
Okay.
through and it bounce,
Yeah, 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 yeah,
and then gives me a long in there somewhere,
yeah.
fails to break that that high with the triangle, and
Yeah.
then gives
Mm-hmm.
me a short. I'm taking the short to
Yeah,
break
yeah,
that trend bar.
yeah. Okay. Mm. Okay. That's how you decay. Yeah, I'll have to. What?
Just a
Because again,
mindset, man.
correct. And I'm not going to do anything until the market opens and settles down for the first, 12 to 24 hours sort of thing. So, because at the moment, it's not going to tell us anything. Well, it's not telling us too much at the moment anyway. Oh, yeah. AUDCHF. Where's that? That's also, ooh, that's in an uptrend. Fair value gap there and there. It's just come into that one, hasn't it? Give us a short.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'll turn and give us a long. It just depends on when it does that. Might be Tuesday, Wednesday. Um, yeah. If I look at the daily, we're on that push up. Well, when it gives us a long, I'll be waiting to get into that one. Depends on when market opens. What happens? Let's see again. All right. The AUD Wow, that was a nice little jump there, wasn't it?
Yep. Caught that.
You got it?
Mm-hmm.
Really off the short.
Well, I got it down here at that first red wick.
What do you mean the first red? Sorry.
You see the red wick? You see the short?
Yes, the short. Yeah.
Okay. You see the right? Yeah. See that wick?
Yep.
So my stop was just above the 50% line on this long candle. And then my entry was
Okay.
down below the green wick.
Okay.
So I
Right.
picked up that,
Gotcha.
which was like 40 pips or something.
Oh,
And then I got out of
that
it on
piece there.
Friday.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair enough. It came down to that little fair value gap that's in there too.
Right. So now I have my next
And
trade set up for
for it
when
to go
market
back up,
opens for it to go back down,
back down or back up.
back down. We're
Okay.
selling.
You reckon?
Oh yeah. Well, that's how I'm playing it because it broke my action line. It stayed down below that fair value gap.
Mhm.
And it's still running off the fair value gap from the left. You want me to show you?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
go. Yeah, yeah, please
Okay.
do that. I'm just looking because I'm just seeing here.
You see that
Sorry.
white box you have there on the 4 hour?
This one here.
Yeah. So
Uh-huh.
set up your fair value gap with the green candles behind it. The red, the green, and the red right behind it.
In here, you mean
Yes,
out this way?
that way.
Okay, I can go that way. Yeah.
All the way to the bottom of that red candle above it.
There.
Yes. Okay. So if you'll see, that fair value
Mm-hmm.
gap is the
Mm-hmm.
stronghold.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Came above it,
Yep.
went below it. Came above
Yep.
it, now it's back down below it. So
Yep.
I'm counting on this fair value gap to be the stronghold. It's you notice it popped right through this smaller fair value gap, came down,
Yeah.
touched it.
This one here. Yeah.
So now all I'm looking at is there's a fair value gap down to your left, right
There.
there.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I'm waiting for that to pull down into that fair value gap and either bounce off it. No, fix the top. You got to go up to that next green wick.
But the red. Oh, yeah. Of course I do. That one up there.
That one right there. So
Yeah,
now
yeah,
I'm
sorry.
looking
I
for this
keep
price.
forgetting because I look at this and go, yeah, okay.
That's
Yeah.
okay. So I'm looking for price to pull down into this fair value gap and either bounce out of it with a long, and that long has to bounce back up to that one fair value gap. So now it's
Yeah,
caught between a range.
yeah. You mean between a rock and a hard place?
That's right.
Yeah,
So that little one was just for
yeah,
them picking up money.
yeah.
So I'm looking for it to push down into this fair value gap, pop back up, tap the fair value gap, now break that wick, and then push back down.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm looking for a sell out of here.
Well, I think it'll come down, crack that. Not maybe not take that whatever back up. I reckon it'll take this out and go back up. I think we'll get along. But that's me because I'm just looking at this going, well, we've got that big drop. There are so many imbalances up here. I don't know. I think it was Darren who put a thing in our chat, didn't he? About, wasn't it? Something happened. I think Thomas, you put something, but GBP over weekends after Takanak, Takiachi defeat removes impediment. I had a look at it for rate hikes. Did you see that or not? No?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So with rate hikes, for me, I don't know. Depends on, I mean, that's just a that's just a fundamental, but there's a few things going on. All right, okay. I just see that the low there to here to the short out didn't break that long. Sorry, did break the long, but didn't, like only came to it and then took off again. I mean, I think you're right, but I don't think we're going to have a sustained shorter. Maybe it's enough for you to grab without breaking this long down here. Maybe you're right. It's broken that high. It's now going to pull down, but maybe not break this low or this long, and then pull back up again.
Maybe. Because if you'll notice, it didn't, when it broke that short to your left on the daily, it didn't candle break it, it wick broke it.
Wick broke it. Yeah. On the daily, it did. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not real strong there. I see that more
No,
as a fake out.
it's not strong at all. Not strong at all. But it did for that fair value gap, it did pull through it out the other side, then dropped off.
Mm-hmm. It swept the liquidity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And broke the short on the 4 hour it did, but on the
And
daily.
took the short on the daily.
Yeah, but as you said, not with only wick, not with a lot of substance though. Okay. Let's see when market opens what we do, but I'd be more inclined for this to bounce off here and potentially go through that back up to buy. It might bounce up. You might be between these for a while, and then maybe the Tuesday or Wednesday off it takes off. Either one way or the other. As I said, it might be sell, it might be buy. We don't know. We'll see. We might get a
Right.
bit
But
more
until it tells
information.
you buy,
Yeah, I know. And it's not at the moment because there's no long there. Are you fascinated to watch how some of these candles just spike into these fair values and out and in? And
oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
must be interesting. It is interesting to watch it once a candle has been created, what it's
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
All right then. ADNZD. Oh, yeah, look at this.
Came right down to the
Sideways.
50% line.
Of what?
The fair value gap.
This one
No, that's wrong. The fair value gap to your left,
is actually up higher, isn't it?
it's to your left. See, no, 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 go back.
Right. Isn't that a fair value gap? 1, 2.
Okay, okay. Take from the beginning and
Yeah.
go up to that small green wick just past that big candle. Little to the left.
Up there.
Left. One candle over. There you go. And then that green wick up there. Bring the bottom back down. Sorry, the bottom back up. Keep going, keep going, keep there. There it is. There's your fair value gap. See how it came down and touched 50% of it with that last red candle?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so
Hang on a
we
minute.
have
Wait. We're going to say 1, 2, 3. Okay, that makes that fair value gap there. But that came down and took that out there. Then it came down. Then it came down. Then off. Then it came back to it. Okay. Rightio. Fair enough. I just got to see what I'm seeing.
yeah.
2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 3.
What you're looking for
But isn't
is
that a fair value gap in there as well? Because you
possibly,
got
yeah.
1, 2, 3. You got all of that candle there is a fair value gap as well.
Yeah. What you're looking for is the original last fair value gap it created. So if you slide it over to your left, can you blow that area up right there?
Sure. Which one? This here?
That one, yeah. So the last true fair value gap is right there. Okay, you see the green you see the green
This
candles
one.
right there? That one right there. At the top of that candle, right. And then 1, 2, 3 up to the bottom of the other wick.
Oh, yeah, up here.
Yeah. There you go. Now get rid of that middle fair value gap, that short one. There you go. So all you're looking for now is that short to stay below the top fair value gap. It's got to puncture through, got to push, bounce back up, give you green candles along, and then another short that fails to beat the last true fair value gap at the top. Where's the last true fair value gap at the top? Bingo.
In there.
Yep. Put that fair value gap in.
I'm starting to see them.
It takes a minute because we've been trained wrong.
Correct. Well, that's what I'm saying. I go off the way anyway, doesn't matter. But
If
also
you'll
too,
notice,
there are telltales too, where it comes to it and then comes to it as well. I mean, you start looking across and go, oh, yeah. Oh,
you could even go back further. You see the last fair value gap in that first push?
Yeah.
Keep dragging the fair value gap you just put on to your left.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Now you see that 1, 2, 3 right there?
Over here.
Yep.
1, 2,
Yep.
3 there. Yeah.
Nope. Nope. Those green candles. 1, 2, 3 backward. So take your top and lower it.
Top here and lower it.
Keep going down, 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 right there. And then move the bottom down to the next green wick behind it. Right there. Okay, now look at it. Nope, too far.
There.
Now look at it. Below it, above it, above it, below it, above it, below it, above it, below it, above it, below it. It just does not want to leave this area, right? Look
Yeah.
at your last short. What did it hit?
Yeah. Right on it.
50% line of the fair
Yeah.
value gap, it dropped. So now I'm
Mhm.
saying, since we know this is turning into a downtrend now because it's turning, it's going to have to stay below these fair value gaps at the bottom to keep going down
Mhm.
because you just created your range. Take out that middle fair value gap.
This one here.
Yep, because there's one below it.
Mhm.
Take out those two horizontal yellow lines. That one. That one. Take out that bigger that line. Okay, fix your trend line at the bottom there. That one. The other one.
Oh, this one.
Yeah, pull that all the way up to where it's now encumbering the other one. Now take that top one right where it's at.
Like
The
that.
top trend line.
This one.
And pull that down to cover these bottom ones.
Mhm.
Okay, now you're in a pennant.
Yeah.
Okay, so all you're looking for is it to break out of this range.
Yeah.
So you got nothing but time, weeks possibly, before it either takes the highs or the lows. What you're looking for is the breakout of this pennant. So let it push on the short, pull back, not break this trend line and keep pushing down. Or it's going to push, break this trend line, not break this fair value gap at the bottom that it's created,
Yeah.
bounce, give you a long, and break the top trend line.
Mhm. And go through that.
And go through the top fair value gap.
Yeah, but then potentially come back to it and then take off again.
Exactly. Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly. So all I'm doing is just, I'm tracking it. I'm forcing it to do what I want it to do before I enter the trade.
Mm.
Either it does what I want or I just don't trade it. If it's not perfectly clear to me, I just don't trade it.
Mm. Hang on, I've just got something going on. Right. Yeah. Okay, so but this is AUD and ZD. So, I think I think it'll buy, but that's okay. We'll see how we go. We'll see. As you said, let's wait for market open and then have a look at it. Right. AUD Singapore. Oh, well, hey, look at that. Look at it come up. That favorite. Look, ding, 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 ding. Out of it, back in.
Rose above it.
Yeah.
Didn't break the left.
No, come up and touch the top of that short, Nelly. Okay. You might get a short, then back down long, and then back up again. We'll just see. Mm, 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 mm.
Fix your fair value gap at the top.
Yeah. At the top.
Yeah.
Here.
See the fair value gap behind it? The last true fair value gap? See the short?
Yeah.
That fair value gap at the top behind it?
So this is not a fair value gap in there? I'm
It
sure.
is
One, two, three.
absolutely it is, but I don't look at those on the face side. I look at the back side
Mm.
because this is where it pulled
Do you get
away
in
from it.
trouble looking at the backside?
Only if I could do it right.
Yeah, okay, okay.
You see those three
No, I
candles
just
at the top? 1, 2, 3, right there. That's your fair value gap.
hang on. Where? 1, 2, 3.
Nope,
Oh,
behind it.
this 1, 2, 3.
See that tiny little wick?
Yeah. So it's just in there.
No, it's above it. That tiny little wick.
Yeah, on
Yep,
that candle.
to the red candle.
Yeah.
Yep, that's your gap. Fix that box
Mm.
real quick. Let me show you what I mean.
Okay, right. Yeah, you want to do this, and you want to do it
Oh,
there.
no, I want the top of that green little wick.
You want top of that? Just
Yep,
really tiny little.
that little bitty one.
Yeah, it's not quite right, but it's close. All right. Okay. Yeah.
See what I mean? Came up, capped it. Now we're pushing away from it.
Yeah.
So in order for this to keep going up, it's got to be on the other side of that fair value gap where it came back, touched it, and pushed off.
Just like it did here, where it created a short, pushed down, threw it back, and then came back up again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And where did it come back to?
Came back to that.
Uh-uh. You see down there that green, you see the green long? That candle right there, you just touched it. Go back to the right.
That one.
That one right there. Go straight across, straight across, straight across. See the fair value gap? Nope, too far. Right there. That candle to that green wick. Put a fair value
Yeah.
gap in there so you can see what I mean. Boink. Came down below it, took off. Came back
Couldn't
to
do
it,
it.
touched it,
Yeah.
took back off. So now you can get rid of that middle fair value gap.
Yeah.
You need the original last fair value gap that it created in that line, which is those two boxes right there. Now you're in a situation where it's consolidated.
Mm-hmm.
Bring your top trend line over to encumber that green wick. And there's your zone. So now it's accumulating in that section back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah.
You still don't have a short,
No.
but you want your price to either stay above or below one of those fair value gaps.
Mm-hmm.
Breaking a trend line, giving you a short, or giving you a long. What this forces you to do is patience,
Mm.
because it could
Absolutely
take a
does.
week or 2 weeks to get there, to get to the setup you want.
Yeah, cool.
So you see down there where it says long at the bottom?
That one, yeah.
Yep. Find the last fair value
Yeah,
gap to
this
your
one's
left.
not quite right.
That one's wrong. To
Yeah.
your left,
You mean
where it
over
says
there or on here?
long, right there.
Okay, hang on. Hang on, wait. Isn't it at the long, isn't it?
That's it, right there.
Just there. Came down. took it out and off it went.
Mm-hmm. That's an
And
institutional candle right there.
and
You see how there's no
didn't break.
bottom?
No, and you didn't break that long.
Right. You see how there's no bottom there on that
Yeah,
candle?
yeah.
That's an institutional candle.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go up the chain, you'll see where they come back to break
Yeah,
them all the
there.
time. They come back, take all the shorts. I'm sorry, all the liquidity, and off it
Yeah.
goes.
Mm. There is one in there though.
Yeah, but it's wrong.
What do you mean?
Well, if you're going to do that, do it from the back side. Where's the true last fair
There.
value gap on that side? That's right. Because there is none in the red candles on the way down. No, fix
No,
the
there is
top.
none there.
Fix
Huh?
the top. That top has to go up to the top green
Oh,
red.
yeah. Yeah. So,
Now look at it bouncing inside that fair value gap as it gets ready to take off.
and then here it comes back to it, then took off.
Right. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tries they tried to get you to buy it, and you just didn't see it. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, AUSD. I might have to finish up after this one. I've got
No
to
worries.
get this morning. The reason why I was later, I had to take Claire and the daughter to the station. They're going to go into the city and then back out down to the other one other daughter. Anyway, so had to be up early to take them. That was the reason. Okay, now we better sort of do a bit on this, I think. I'm just going to get rid of that for the example at the moment. Pull that back over here for a moment. Then we're going to go down to this long and find the fair value gap, because that's one there, but it's not. You reckon it's not real? Well, sorry, you're suggesting that it's, wow, look at that. Okay. Well, it's just there.
Mm-hmm.
So there to there. Look at it come there, about ding, 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 and then take off.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think
That
that's
middle
the
one's
end of
wrong.
it. Sorry?
That middle one's wrong.
Yeah, I'm going to take it out. Oh, you want me to take it out? Or you want me to put it over here?
No, I would just take it out. I only deal in I personally deal in high and lows.
Yeah, okay, right, yeah, okay. But then, yeah, okay, right, gotcha. See that one got taken out and it continued back up. This one we don't need in here. Do we need it? No, because it never came down to it. Okay, I'll just get rid of that out of there.
And then fix that one where it's the long. You're looking for the short behind it.
Say that again.
See the short
Got the
above
shot
it?
there, yeah,
The 3 green candles behind it. 1, 2, 3.
yeah.
That's your fair value gap.
Okay, you want to do it like that. Okay, fair enough. Okay, I'm
Up
there.
up higher.
I know. I just couldn't get there to
Higher.
start with. There.
It's the top green one.
That one.
Yes.
Oh, Like that.
just like that.
Not this one in here.
No,
Okay. Because through that
it went
tended,
above
yeah,
it,
through,
below it,
yeah,
back
low,
up, below,
above
back
it.
up, and
Yeah,
now we're back
yeah,
heading back down below it again. So when this
yeah.
pushes down, push, 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 it's going to break this. You could drag that over.
Mm-hmm.
And all you're looking for is this price to stay above it, tap, 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 and take off along your trend line.
Mm.
So it may come down and beat it, give you a short, beat it, come down, take to this trend line, tap, tap, tap underneath, and then underneath this fair value gap, you're looking for a push down, or if it pops back up above this fair value gap, you're looking for it to come 50% or less on this fair value gap and take off again.
Yeah, okay.
But you see how price moves around that little fair value gap,
Mm-hmm.
but it never
Yeah,
really leaves it
yeah. Until it does.
until
Like
it does.
like down here.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right.
So it depends. This could come down, just touch it and then take off.
Yep,
And not even give us a long.
right. It can come back all the way to as long as it doesn't break that
Mm-hmm.
long candle, which
Yeah.
also again has an institutional candle tip on it.
Mm-hmm.
So chances are it's going to come down into the fair value gap that long is sitting in, tap there and take back off again.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you use the fair value gap.
Okay. No worries. Sweet. All right. Well, that's me for the morning at the moment. I got to get shooting. I've got stuff I got to get done. Then I'll be hopefully back on tomorrow, and if I hope not to be coughing as much.
Don't worry about it, man.
No, I do, but that's okay. It's just a bit annoying. All right. Well, let's see how we go through the day. I'll message in if I need or what I'm going to do. Anyway, we'll see. Again, I don't tend to do anything for the first 12, 24 hours anyway. So I'll have a look again pre-London Open, which will be sort of like nearly 12 hours after market opens. And we'll go from there. All right, then.
All right.
Till tomorrow.
Take
Thanks,
care.
Tom. You too.